So what an amazing year you've given us, and what a great ride. And we are all so much appreciating that.
You are the evokers. We're just, as our friend pointed out, just standing here. Not actually doing very much. Just vibrationally, technically supporting.
There's nothing better than the Geek Squad. So you say on the CDs that there's a tipping point. I think it's on the financial abundance one, but it's sort of in the others as well. What do you mean by tipping point? And is that something like...
It's where your vibration shifts enough that a manifestation will reveal itself to you. There are endless tipping points, but once it tips significantly enough that manifestation is affected, and it's logical why we would put it in the one on financial abundance.
Because you can see it.
Yes.
Is this CD the tipping point into the awakening?
Well, the awakening has been underway for a very long time. And we want to say again, there is no end to tipping points. And there is no end to the awakening. And there is no beginning to the awakening either. Because it's really an individual thing.
This feels important. The CD feels important. And it feels personally important, but it feels important in its accessibility. And so some of us come from long traditions where meditation is part of, Zen, yada, yada, yada. But this feels like...
this is different than meditation.
Right.
This is vibrational tuning. It's different.
And it feels like the work that Jerry and Esther have done, which I respect so much. This is a whole deepening of that work. When you were saying you'll never wear this out, it will always work for you. The meditation will always work for you. I mean, it feels, I just mostly want to say this to Jerry and Esther, that to have given that and made that manifest out of their tipping point is...
It's a wonderful thing.
An amazing contribution.
Agree. A friend said... A friend said in a recent gathering, Abraham, what took you so long to make this meditation CD? And our answer was, you needed to know about the vortex first. In other words, until a significant number of you were accepting of the existence and the reality of the vortex, then this process could not be meaningful to you, you see. And so this is our way of saying to you, there will always be something more, because there is no end to the evolution that you are summoning. But we agree with you. Every now and again, it is of value to stop and celebrate a significant tipping point. And this is certainly one of those moments.
Yes. And so what I feel in this group of people that is...
So call Amazon and tell them
to get their act together.
That you want the product anyway. Just kidding.
So what I feel in the Abraham community, and you never use that term, and I don't use it either, but I feel it in this room, is this, for lack of I don't have a word for it, solidarity, which I think is not solid at all, but it has to do with the vibration of the people who connect with Abraham having, as a group, risen. And that rising together, for all of the individuality and difference and the loveliness of the diversity, is a force. Is that right?
Well, everything that you say is accurate. However, we never want to imply in any way that you need to gather together in numbers in order to align with your vortex. And that individual alignment may be easier when others are doing it. It may be easier when others have accepted it. It may be easier when you're seeing more success around you of others doing it. But you give your power over to movements.
I didn't mean it in that way. I meant it as, no, I get that. I didn't mean it that way, but it feels like something you say that one in the vortex has more power than 1,000 outside the vortex.
A million.
But the feeling here, a million. The feeling here is of lots of people moving independently and in their own particular and diverse and special way into the vortex, and the feeling of it is palpable.
Well, what you are a teacher to the very core of your being, and you're sensitive to energy. So of course you would feel the momentum of all of this, and that's what you are describing with your words, and we are in agreement with you. But when you speak in terms of a force, we like to soften those words. In other words, there's a force implies a little bit that there's a movement that is forcing as compared to a calling that is being allowed.
I meant it in that way.
It is the natural. What's happened, here's a better way of saying it, and you'll agree with this because it's what you're feeling. It's like a significant enough log jam has broken loose to allow the natural river to flow.
Right. And so what I expect is something that I heard someone was talking about multiples and how different parts on different parts of the planet, some kind of knowledge is constructed at the same time, and lots of people know about a technology or a construct or something. And so what I'm expecting from this is that the essence of what just got broken loose here
will lead
break
to expansion in technology, expansion
everywhere.
in the invention of things, expansion in the resolution of difficulties, expansion relative to all things.
And that will be able to articulate it. And so in physics or in whatever field you want to spend your time, it will bubble up in ways that are more transparent, understandable, rational, scientific, not provable in that old sense of the word, but
provable in the sense of
experienceable.
manifestation. Yes. And experiencing it is the proving of it, isn't it?
It is.
Yes.
What an
So
amazing.
So what do you think? We agree with everything you said. So what do you think, knowing what you feel about the different subjects of your planet, what feels like it will first break loose? What do you think the path of least resistance is? Is it science? Is it medicine? Is it economics? Is it individual creativity?
Arts.
And we agree. And why do you think that is? Because they have always been independent rascals anyway, who were not looking for the approval of some resistant body who won't budge just because on principle they don't feel like it.
And yay for them. And so, if I had a wish for everyone and for every field, it would be that we allow more of that to break through, because we know so much, we have access to so much, and we constrain ourselves in so many ways. And this feels like the ripple will be the breaking through in multiple places at one time.
Well, it's more like a tidal wave than a ripple. But here,
yeah.
but here's the thing that we wish for all of you, that you let it be an individual experience, and that you consider not at all what anyone else is doing with it.
That's right. That's right. So much appreciation. Thank you.
Yes, indeed.